Namaste, dear students. First of all, let me welcome you to our English class of grade 9. Dear students, I hope you are ready with your English textbook, notebook and pen or pencil. Are you ready with them? Good. In our previous class, can you tell me what we learned? Yes, you are right. We learned to pronounce the words with the stress, okay? Then in speaking skill, we learned to narrate the past events. And then again, we did the task of listening skill. So today, we are going to learn something new in Unit 14. So are you ready with it? Good. If so, what are we going to learn today? Can you guess? You are right. We are going to learn something new under Grammar 1. And then what is next? Yes, you are right. We are going to learn something to write under Writing 1. So all of you be ready for it. Are you ready? Good. Now let's start with the task under Grammar 1. Dear students, you can turn to page of your book also and you can look here. Under Grammar 1, we are going to talk about past and present, okay? So can you guess what can be the term that we use to express our past events but that we don't do now? What can it be? Okay, don't worry, we are going to use used to, okay? Then did not used to, then never used to. These terms are used to express our past activities but that we don't do in the present. Is it clear to you? If so, let me show you an example. All of you read this instruction first. What does the instruction say here? Yes, the instruction says compare what Samita said in the past and what she says now. Dear students, you have to look at the example of comparison about past and present. So what Samita says here. Now I just like to show you the example. See, I used to travel a lot. Now you have to notice here used to. I used to travel a lot. Samita says it, okay? But what does she do in the present? Now she says that, but I don't go away much these days. So I hope you might have understood the expression of used to for past tense and that we don't do in the present. Once again, look at the example. I used to travel a lot, but I don't go away much these days. Okay? So from here, now you have to do a task. This is just an example for you. So compare what Samita said in the past and what she says now. Dear students, first of all, you have to read what Samita did 5 years ago and then again you have to find out what she doesn't do in the present. For example, I have shown you this example. I used to travel a lot, okay, and this expression is related with this expression. You can see today. Under today, you can find I don't go away much these days. Like this, you have to compare about Samita's past activities and present activities. So, are you ready for it? Good. If so, let's start. Now, we have another sentence here that is I play the piano. First of all, you have to find out the related sentence of present time, okay? So, here is I play the piano. Now, which can be the correct expression here? Is it I eat a lot of cheese now, or I work very hard these days, or I work in a bookshop now, or I don't know many people these days, and this expression is already used. My dog died 2 years ago. I read a newspaper every day now. I haven't been to a party for ages. I haven't played the piano for years. Tea is great. I like it now. So which expression is related to the I play the piano sentence? Yes, you are right. This sentence, I haven't played the piano for years, is the related sentence here. Now you have to compare between these two sentences. So can you tell me what should I write here? All of you please tell me. Yes, now you have to write down. Now you can use she, okay, because you are comparing Samita's activity. So you can write down she used to play, P-L-A-Y, play. Then what is the next word we have to write down? Yes, you are right, the piano. The P-I-A-N-O, piano. See, now if you have written this one, she used to play the piano, it means that it is our past activity, okay? Now you have to add here what she does in the present using that sentence. That sentence is, I haven't played the piano for years. Yes, you are right, but she has not, then what is there? Played the piano, P-L-A-Y-E-D, played the piano. What is the next word? For years. You are right. For years, Y-E-A-R-S, years. Now, if you compare this one, you can find in the past, Samita played the piano, okay? But in the present, she does not play the piano anymore, okay? So, what do you understand from this expression? Yes, you are right. So, whatever we do in the past, to express that one, we have to use used to, okay? What do we have to use? Yes, you are right. We have to use used to. But if we don't do that activity in the present anymore, then we should not use this used to. Is it clear to you? Good. If so, now you have to compare Samita's rest of the activities. So you start doing now. For example, I am very lazy. So which sentence is, let's say, related to this sentence? I work very hard these days, okay? I am very lazy here. Now you have to write, you have to relate with I work very hard these days. So how do you write it down? You just write down and tell me. Are you doing? Good. Dear students, I hope you might have finished. Now tell me what you have written in your notebook. Okay, your sentence can be, she used to be, then what is the word? Very lazy. Yes, you are right. She used to be very lazy, L-A-Z-Y, lazy. And then what do you write down there? Yes, but she walks. Then all of you tell me please. Very hard these days, V-E-R-Y, very, H-A-R-D, hard, these days. Now you are absolutely correct. See, we have written here, she used to be very lazy, but she works very hard these days. It means you have to understand that in the past, she did not like to do many works, okay? So she was lazy, but now she is not lazy anymore. That's why we have used here but, and we have written here, she works very hard these days. So is the idea clear to you, dear students? Is the idea clear to you? Good job. Likewise, you have to again do the next item, okay? And that is, I don't like cheese. So which sentence is related to this expression? First find out. Have you found? Good. See the first sentence here, I eat a lot of cheese now. Now all of you compare this activity, write it down and tell me. Are you writing? Good. So what did you write there? Now all of you tell me, what's your expression? Yes, you are right. Now it becomes, she did not used to like. Now let me write it down, okay? She did not, D-I-D, did not use. Then what do I have to write down? Yes, like cheese. She did not used to like cheese. C-H-E-E-S-E, cheese. Okay, then what? Yes, but, see, there is written, I eat a lot of cheese now, means she, then what do I need to write down? It's, you are right. It's a lot, and then of cheese now. Of C-H-E-E-S-E, cheese now. Now here you have to be careful about this negative use of, let's say, used to. Dear students, if we write used to for performing any activity, we have to write down USCD, used to, okay? But when we want to write for the activity that we did not do in the past, you should be very careful. After did not, you have to write down only infinitive form, base form of the verb USE only, not USCD, used to, okay? Is this clear to you? Good. And dear students, don't forget, if anyone did not do anything in the past at all, at that time you have to use never used to. Is the idea clear to you? Good. If so, now again there is another expression, another activity of Samita, so you have to do. I have got a dog. Now, which one is the related sentence for this expression? First find it out. Yes, you are right. The expression is my dog died 2 years ago. So you have to compare again this activity. All of you start writing. Have you finished? Good job. Now what have you written there? Please tell me. Oh yes, you are right. See, there is I have got a dog. You can write down she used to have got a dog. Okay? But she does not have her dog anymore because the dog died 2 years ago. So it means in the past she had her dog, but in the present the dog is not with her. Is it clear to you? Good job. If so, now try one more, and rest of the ones you can do at your home. Okay. So next one is I am a hotel receptionist. Now what sentence is correct here? Can you find it out? See, yes, you are right. I work in a bookshop now. So what you have to write down? Please write it down, compare and tell me. Got it? Have you finished it? Well done. If so, what is your expression? Okay, tell me. Oh yes, you are correct again. See, she used to be a hotel receptionist, but now she works in a bookshop. Have you written it? Well done. Dear students, like this you can do rest of the task at your home. Is it clear to you? Good. If so, now I want to, let's say, give you another task, that is rewrite the following sentences using used to or didn't used to. Now all of you start doing. Before you start doing, I just like to tell you example. A, here is given I lived with my parents. Now it means I lived with my parents means this activity was done in the past time. So you have to use used to. Okay. So for it you can write down I used to live, L-I-V, live with my parents. Now I just want to write it down on the board. You look here. A, I used to live, then with my parents, with my parents. See, instead of lived, we are using here used to. So this expression says us that in the past I lived with my parents, but in the present I don't live with my parents any longer. Okay. So it shows that this activity I did in the past, but in the present I don't do this activity. So this is how you have to do in your exercise book. Is it clear to you to do? Good job. Now start doing. I hope you might have finished B and C. So will you share your writing with me? Did you swim in the river every summer? So what can be your correct expression? Now you have to write it down again in question form. Now simply you can say, did you, then what do you write there? Yes, used to swim, SWIM. Did you used to swim in the river? Good job. In the river every summer. Yes, you are right. EVERY, every, SUMMER, summer. Now question form. See, did you swim in the river every summer? Now we use here used to. And we have here did, past tense. Okay. Did you use to swim in the river every summer? Have you written it? Well done. Like this, you have to do again number C. You have already finished. So what did you write down there? Please tell me. Oh yes, again you are right. He never smoked. Now, he never, never. Then what do I need to write down here? Please tell me what you have written. Yes, you are correct. He never used to. Then what is the verb we have? Smoke. SMOKE, smoke. Dear students, here look at. So the expression says that never. Okay, so we use here never. Then we have to write down here used to smoke. Okay, so this is how you have to do. Please complete the rest ones. Are you doing good? I hope you might have finished. Dear students, now share your expressions with me. Let's begin from D again. Here, the sentence is, I played tennis at school. So, what did you write down there? Please tell me. Oh, yes, you are right. I used to play tennis at school. So, what is the expression? Once again, repeat it. Yes, I used to play tennis at school. Good job. Next, E. Villagers walked for hours to reach the nearest health post. So, what did you write down? Once again, please tell me. Yes, you are right again. The correct expression is villagers used to walk. After used to, there should be infinitive form of the verb. In local term, you may say verb 1. Okay, villagers used to walk, 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 for hours to reach the nearest health post. Next we have again F, and the sentence is, there was a dense forest around the village. So what is your writing there? Expression. Yes, you are right again. Your expression is, there used to be a dense forest around the village. So once again all of you repeat it. Yes, there used to be a dense forest around the village. When we have was, at that time we have to use be verb. Okay, used to be a dense forest. Next, what did you do in your childhood? Now again you have to write in the question form. And what did you write down? Good job. You are correct again. Yes, it is, what did you used to, USE, use to do in your childhood. Okay, what did you used to do in your childhood? Good job, dear students. Now we have 3 more. You can tell me. H, I didn't write stories. Now negative form of the sentence. So what you have to use there? Simple, didn't used to. So your expression is, all of you tell me once again. Wow, you are right. And your expression you have told me is, I did not, or you can say I didn't use, USE, used to write stories. Once again, I didn't used to write stories. Good job. Now next one we have is, did people travel by airplanes? So what's your expression? Again you have to express it in a question form. So what is it? All of you tell me loudly. Yes, it is, did people used to, USE, used to travel by airplanes? Have you all written down like this? Yes, good job. Now another one we have is, where did you go to deposit your money? Now again in the question form you have to use used to. So what is the correct expression that you have written in your exercise book? All of you tell me loudly. Yes, the correct expression is, where did you, USE, used to go to deposit your money? Once again, let me repeat it. Where did you used to go to deposit your money? Dear students, have you all written down these expressions? Bravo, you have done a great job. Okay. Now, after this, I just like to share you in what situation we have to use used to and didn't used to. You have already got the idea from the example, from the task that you have just done. So, let me share it. We use used to when we refer to things in the past, but we do not do any longer in the present. Okay. So, negative form of used to, you can use didn't used to. Is the idea clear to you? Good. If so, now I have a task for you to do at your home in your free time. And the task for you is, write a paragraph that you used to do in the past. So you have to write down what you did in the past, but you don't do now any longer in the present. Okay. So you can start your writing like this. I used to cry with my friends, but now you don't cry with your friends. Or do you cry? No. So for this type of activity, for this type of expression, you have to use used to, or did not used to, or never used to. Okay. So please complete it, write this paragraph and show it to your English teacher. Have you got me? Good. If so, dear students, we are going to do another task on the writing one. So can you guess what are we going to learn under writing one? Okay, let me show you. What do you see there? See, the instruction says us, read the following story carefully, then give it a suitable title. Do you love reading stories? Yes, of course, good. Now, I want to read this story. You also read this story with me first, okay? So you can see the picture, and this picture gives us idea to understand this story. And after reading this story, we have to understand how to write a story under writing one. So are you writing stories in your class? Good. Dear students, let's start reading this story. There lived a fox in a forest. One day he thought of a plan to have fun with a stork from the same forest. The fox always used to laugh at the appearance of the stork. You must come and dine with me today, he said to the stork, smiling to himself at the trick he was going to play. The stork gladly accepted the invitation and arrived in good time and with a very good appetite. For dinner, the fox served soup, but it was set out in a very shallow dish, and all the stork could do was to wet only the tip of his bill. He could not drink a single drop of the soup, but the fox lapped it up easily, and to increase the disappointment of the stork, made a great show of his enjoyment. The hungry stork was much displeased at the trick, but he was a calm-tempered fellow and saw no good in flying into a rage. Instead, not long afterward, he invited the fox to dine with him in turn. The fox arrived promptly at the time that had been set, and the stork served a fish dinner that had a very appetizing smell, but it was served in a tall jar with a very narrow neck. The stork could easily get at the food with his long bill, but the fox could only lick the outside of the jar and sniff at the delicious smell. And when the fox lost his temper, the stork said calmly, "Do not play tricks on your neighbors unless you can stand the same treatment yourself." See? Now, dear students, I hope you might have understood the story, and here our main purpose is we should be able to write down the skeleton stories, or we should develop the stories from the given outlines. And if you have to give a title, suitable title to this story, what title do you give? Okay, no problem. There is a simple idea to give a title. Simply you can write down the title with the names of the characters. Okay, so who are the characters here? One is stork and another is fox. Yes, you can simply write down fox and stork. So simply you can write down the suitable title of the story. Okay. So after this one, if the story has a moral, what lesson do we get from that story? You have to write down the lesson also. That is what we call moral. So for this one, we are going to write a short story based on the given outline. So let's start with the first story. Now the instruction says us develop readable stories based on the given outlines. So first of all, you have to read the outlines very carefully and you have to make a plot and then you have to start writing your story. Okay, so I want to read this outline and you also read with me. A king ... enemies defeat him 6 times ... hides in a cave ... sees a spider ... climbing the wall ... fails for 6 times ... succeeds on the 7th attempt ... the king learns a lesson ... collects courage and attacks enemies ... succeed ... moral. Now based on these ideas, you have to develop a readable story. Dear students, please start writing a story using these outlines. Now you can tell me also, and I want to write down this story. So what can be the title first? Okay, simply you can write down A Brave King. Now you have to start writing the story. So how do you start? Okay, please tell me and you start writing with me. All right. Once upon a time, ONC, once, UPON, upon a time, 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 then there was a king, THERE, there was a king in a country. See, you can add some ideas yourself. Okay. Now, you can see another outline there. Enemies defeat him 6 times. See, you can write down. There was a war with his enemies. ENEMIES, enemies. Next line you have to develop again. Yes, he was defeated, DEFEATED, defeated. Then how many times given there? 6 times. Yes, he was defeated for 6 times by his enemies, ENEMIES, enemies. Now next line again you have to write hides in a cave. So you can add some more ideas yourself and then you have to continue. Then he ran away, RAN, ran away to save his life, SAVE, save his life. Then you have to write down again for another outline, okay? Hides in a cave. He hide in a cave. Then sees a spider. Now, dear students, you have to again write down there. At the same time, he saw a spider, S-P-I-D-E-R, spider. Then what is there? Climbing the wall. He saw a spider, C-L-I-M-B-I-N-G, climbing the wall in the cave. Then what? Fails for 6 times. So you can add the spider could not climb the wall for 6 times. 6 times. Then what is there? Succeeds on the 7th attempt. But you can add your idea here, but it continued, C-O-N-T-I-N-U-E-D, continued climbing, C-L-I-M-B-I-N-G, climbing, and it succeeded, S-U-C-C-E-D-E-D, succeeded in the 7th attempt. A-T-T-E-M-P-T, attempt. Now the king learns a lesson, okay? Dear student, now see, continued climbing and it succeeded in the 7th attempt. The king was looking, K-I-N-G, looking at it and learnt, L-E-A-R-N-T, learnt a lesson to go and fight again. So he, then what idea do we have? Collects courage. He collected, C-O-L-L-E-C-T-E-D, collected courage, C-O-U-R-A-G-E, courage, and went to fight against his enemies. Then what do you write down there? Succeed. He defeated his enemies. Yes, you can end your story like this, but one thing is left. That is, if this story gives us a moral lesson, so what lesson do you learn? You have to write down at last. So have you got it? Dear students, so what can be the moral of this story? Simply you can write down, never give up your work. Or you can say, try until you get success. So this is how you have to write down the moral. Is it clear to you? Okay, fine. Dear students, if so, now we have say another outline here, and based on this outline you have to develop a story, and the outlines are: two friends meet a bear, one climbs a tree, the other lies down as if dead, the bear smells his limbs, goes away, the first man comes down and asks, what the bear said, beware of friends who run away in danger, moral. So please develop this story at your home in your free time, okay? Now I want to give you the tips for writing a skeleton story. See the tips for you. Read the given outlines carefully and understand it, okay? Then get a clear idea about the plot of the story So you have to understand the story first, and then you have to develop a plot, what happens, then what happens, you have to write it down. Then give a suitable title to the story. As we have given here, A Brave King. So simply you can choose the character's name or their activities, and you can write down the suitable title. Then write the story in a proper order. See, you have to write down what happens first, then what happens. You have to write in a proper order, okay? So is it clear to you? Good. Next, start the story with proper beginning, like once upon a time, long ago, many years ago, long, long ago, you have to start your story with this type of expression. Next, do not exaggerate the story, follow the outline properly. It means that whatever you like to add, you should not add very much, okay? So you can simply add your ideas that are suitable for the outlines and develop a complete story. But don't add more and more ideas. Next, use the past tense to describe the events. See, story means past activities, okay? We are narrating, so you have to use past tense. Write the thoughts, conversations of the characters in present or future tense in the quotation marks. But if you want to write down the thinkings or conversation of the characters in the story, then you have to use quotation marks, okay, inverted commas, and inside inverted commas you can use present tense or future tense. Is it clear to you? Well, if so, finally write a suitable moral at the end of the story if it has. For example, for this story we have said, try, try, try until you get success, okay? Never give up your work, for example. After that, the last job you have to do is, at last, check your writing and make corrections if necessary. This is what we call editing also. Dear students, I hope you might have got better idea of writing a skeleton short story. Now I have a task for you to do at your home. This is develop readable story based on the given outlines. And the outlines for you are husband and wife quarrel, ... do not talk for months, ... husband has to wake up early in the morning, ... write a slip for his wife, ... keeps on the table, ... next day, ... is not woken up, ... late for work, ... gets up, ... becomes angry, ... looks at the table, ... finds a slip by his wife to get up, ... moral. See, very interesting story. I hope you might have got better idea to write a short story based on the given outlines. Dear students, I hope you will be enjoying doing this task at your home. Please develop this story and show it to your English teacher. Dear students, it's all for today. Have a wonderful time. Goodbye.